Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well on this Saturday evening. I wasn't sure if I was going to post another video tonight, but I need to document this. This is an evidentiary video. I was watching a YouTube channel, actually a singer, and some loser drove by and set off an explosive on my property. I kid you not. It was not a little firecracker. It was loud. These are cowards. These are the terrorists. Let's see. And also, earlier today, 2 dogs were loose on the main road. Walked onto my property, harassing the birds. I got them to leave by making a lot of noise. But I wanted to let you know that, yeah, some loser drove by and threw something on the property. So I'm out here looking for it. I know people are going to say, don't go outside. Well, I want to find out what they threw. I want to find the evidence. I did find a water bottle earlier today that somebody threw in the creek. You know, the creek that everybody depends on. But because it's in front of my property, they feel that it's okay to throw garbage. So let's see if we can find it. Of course, this is my phone that doesn't have the good camera because they destroyed it. Oh, here it is. Right there. Right there. This is what a mess it looks like here. We've got a whole mountain. It looks like an island. None of this was here when I moved here. None of it was here when I moved here. But let's see. I actually cut the grass today. I cut the grass not because it was so long, but because I have a lot of leaves. And I have a leaf catcher, so it catches a lot of the leaves. We're expecting some rain tomorrow, possibly some rain tomorrow, 60% chance of rain. So I'm looking here to see if I see anything. I'll look again tomorrow morning because it is dark here. I mean, if there is something on the property, I'm not going to find it now. But yeah, these people, they have nothing better to do. They're losers. And yeah, somebody said, oh, they're trying to drive you off your property. Well, I'll say good luck to that. I'm not going anywhere until the property's sold. And I haven't listed it yet. I'll be listing the other 2 properties. I believe my listing agreement with a realtor ends. It may have ended or maybe in a couple of days. Nothing happened. She said a couple of people called on both properties. She didn't tell me about them until I asked. I didn't see her bring anyone here. She didn't follow up. She's obviously not a good salesperson because another piece of property around here sold. A 1 acre sold for $25,000. And I'm selling 3.1 for $62,000. So I think maybe I'm going to up the price when I list it myself. I don't know. I wanted to keep it at that price. You know, when you're selling on your own, you still have to pay a lot of fees. I'll have to pay some fees if I want to get it on the MLS. I'll have attorney fees and a lot of my time. So I don't know if anybody out there has sold a house or land or property. You know, if you do, let me know, you know, how it went for you if you did a for sale by owner. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to document some loser drove by and threw some firework on my property. It was not a firecracker. It was much louder than that. They think it's funny. It's not funny. They drive by like they're little weenie boys and girls, right? It could be a female too. hanging out with her husband or stupid teenager down the block. They think it's funny. This is what happens when you get immaturity, low education, boredom. Oh, I want to tell you, it was a study that was done. I don't remember exactly the name of it. You may have heard it yourself. Oh, and by the way, this is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. Please hit the thumbs up. Welcome, newcomers. I've noticed there are a lot of newcomers. YouTube is not alerting me when I get newcomers anymore. When my channel only had, under 500 people, I would get a notification for every new subscriber. Unless, of course, a subscriber wanted to remain private. But I'm not receiving any notifications. I just see the numbers going up, but I don't know who's subscribing. I'll have to go see if there are some public names, on my side. So the study was, so a scientist or a researcher had some rats in a lab. So what else is new? So they had some rats in a lab. And they had one group of rats that had a water bottle. Oh, let me back up. Now, what it was they had a group of rats. And they had one bottle that was filled with just water. The other bottle was filled with water mixed with like cocaine or something like that. Something stimulating, a drug, with some kind of a drug that made them feel good. So, of course, over time, the rat chose every time the drug because it made it feel better, made it feel good. It might have been sweet. There have been studies like this where they've had sugar water and regular water, and of course the rats always wanted the sugar water. It tells you how addictive sugar is. But with this study, what they then thought, they considered, okay, I'm going to try something different. The rats are just in a box. There's nothing for them to do. All they have is a water bottle and a water bottle filled with some drug. We're going to fill the cage with a habitat. They're going to have little balls to run around in. They're going to have a little jungle gym. They're going to have, just a lot of stimulation and stuff. And the rats were so happy. They were playing, they were jumping, they were exercising, they were having so much fun. And they also did the same thing. They put, the water bottle and the bottle with the drugs in it. Well, something miraculous happened. The rats no longer wanted the drug water. They didn't want it. They were no longer bored. They no longer needed that extra something, extra stimulants or whatever. They were getting all of their stimulation with their little jungle gym and their little balls and their toys to play with. They were happy. And because they were happy and they were excited and they were tired, they no longer wanted the drug water. Well, the moral of the story is, I live now in a rural community. I'm going to tell you for a fact, folks, there is nothing to do here. Zero. I'm just so busy here all the time, between the cutting and the animals and whatever. And I'm sure that other people around here are also very busy with their land, and things happen. Trees fall down. Buildings need repair. You have to go grocery shopping. You have to clean. Although most of the people around here at least have 2 people in the family, and usually 4 or 5 or 6. So they've got a whole clan helping them. But the point is, there is nothing to do here otherwise. There's not a movie theater. There isn't any arts. There is nothing to do in this town. There really isn't even any good places to eat. Like, there's no coffee shop. There's There's a new restaurant. I haven't been there yet. There ain't nothing to do here. So I'm thinking about those rats in the box, right? So these people, because they have nothing to do, to them, it's exciting to drive past a woman's property and throw an explosive out the window. They think that's fun. And then, of course, the drug abuse here is off the charts. Fentanyl, methamphetamine. Every time I look in the paper, it's some other drug overdose or whatever, drug sales. But it happens all over, too. But if there were more stimulating things, or if people were more educated, and if people found other important things to do, like start a business, grow a business, write a blog, write a book. How about reading a book rather than stalking and harassing people? Doing drugs, smoking, alcohol, littering. I feel like I'm back in the Stone Age sometimes, honestly. And I didn't live in the Stone Age, but you know what I mean, right? So yeah, so there is nothing to do here. So people here entertain themselves with throwing firecrackers or bombs or whatever it is that they do out a window to terrorize other people, like me. I have to tell you, I was not terrorized. I was startled. I mean, you have to understand, folks. I mean, I grew up in the Bronx. Most people don't know that about me. Everybody knows I came from New Jersey, but I'm not originally from New Jersey. I'm a New Yorker. I grew up in the Bronx. I worked in New York City. So it's not like I have not heard a gunshot before. I've never had it directed at me. And especially at this stage of my life, to have these morons doing this to me, it's absolutely despicable. You know, I look at some of the other targeted people. I know a lot. We're a variety of ages. But I'm seeing more and more young people, like in their 20s and 30s, which is really heartbreaking, folks, to think that the rest of their lives they have to deal with this garbage. But yeah, so, you know, when you live in a rural town, there ain't nothing to do. Nothing to do. Although when you're a farmer, when you're a homesteader, there's something to do all the time. But obviously these people, they're not keeping themselves busy enough. They think it's fun to throw explosives or out the window. They think it's fun to litter, drive onto somebody's property to intimidate somebody. The stupid idiots. I just look at them as idiots, morons. But I wanted this to be an evidentiary video. It was approximately 9:35 p.m. that this event happened. And this morning, the two dogs, I wrote it down on my calendar exactly what time it was. But the guineas alerted me. They started cackling. And one was a German Shepherd, one was another dog. It wasn't the white dog with the spots. It was a different dog. It was like a grayer dog. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well as you can be. I will probably share some information that I just viewed on Roy's channel. He said to share it far and wide. It was actually very disturbing to see the website that he brought up, although it doesn't surprise me. So here we are, folks. Everybody's worried about our Second Amendment rights, you know? Banning firearms, disarming the American people. But that only includes guns. What about the directed energy weapons? What about the lasers and tasers? What about the pain guns? We tried enacting a bill here. It's going on 3 years now. It never passed. There are actually only 4 states that have passed any kind of directed energy weapon bill. And ironically, all 4 states begin with the letter M. I believe Maine was one of them. Maine, Michigan, Massachusetts, and Missouri, I think. I think so. Don't quote me on that, folks. It's been a while since I read it. But yeah, so, well, we're worried about Second Amendment rights, the guns. What about everything else? What about the silent weapons? What about the ones that are untraceable? What about the ones that the military use that are getting into the wrong hands? Or the ones that, teenagers are making on YouTube channels so you could watch them create them. It's very alarming, folks. But I'll see if I can grab that video and repost it. He did say to share it far and wide, so I will do that. But I'm going to post this now. Again, I wanted to document the morons driving by at approximately 9:40 p.m. on this Saturday night, throwing a very loud, I don't know what it is. It was not a firecracker. And I don't think it was a firework. But these criminals around here, these losers, they get off. They get off on their explosives. And that's what it sounded like, folks. It sounded like an explosive. So I'm going to sign off for now, post this video, and I will speak to you soon.